lately. Like, she have up and downs. I know she kind of struggled after Thanksgiving, but I have to say, they're very being communicative and expressing themselves, so they can even express when they're having a hard time and not.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and really, I think that regular people, not regular people, I think people in general don't realize how much that lifts off your spirit to just be able to acknowledge it, and so they'll say, even like Sunday, we went to the range, and then we went by there. Because she was, struggling because their birthday, so, and he passed. So she's struggling with that. His mom, her mom's struggling with losing her husband. So we decided to stop by just for a minute to quote unquote, we be lying about. We just gonna stick our face in. That don't never happen. So we just gonna stick our masks in. So we go in and we always wear masks, and we 6 feet in the house with that orange motherfucker got us doing this family. So we went in and talked, and she was saying how, she acknowledged how, she was doing bad early. She said it was real hard, because it was birthday, so she put on his shirt in honor of his birthday, and so she talked about going through, her whole mental whatever. She's like, it was hard, and then I felt a little better, so I got something to eat, and, just the fact that she could talk through every phase that she went through that day, and then you could tell she was fine.
That's good.
And I told you, she a whole new woman. Like, I was saying, like, I would even, like, personally not, I don't even mind being around her no more. You know what I mean? Like, if it should so happen, maybe working on his mom's computer or something, and it's just me and her, it ain't no bad time. So, I'm grateful for that. And she really is a different, look, when we, and matter of fact, when we was leaving, that's when she was telling us, giving us details. She knew we came by, because, we heard she was having whatever. And she's really not, she's not selfish person that she was, in general. And so anyway, so she was telling us about it. And I was kind of looking away, I'm kind of not, because I'm not a real, I don't know, I got too much testosterone with stuff like that, with mushy stuff, right? But, everyone knows me. So she was talking. And then before I knew that we was wrapping up the conversation, I leaned over to her and I hugged her. And she hugged me back, and we held it. Bitch. And I knew she needed that. She needs affection, even physical and attention and affection when she having a bout of grief. So I hugged her, and she hugged, and it was a hug, bitch. A love hug.
I dare say that she is not so much as a different person as you growing to be who you need to be to her. In fact, you might be, and I ain't saying different, but to me, it feels like your energy as you get older, your perspective, you put shit in different perspectives, and you like,
I do,
but your niece and stuff, and I'm like, you just see that, you embrace people wholly a little bit better than you give yourself credit for, I believe.
I have evolved in some ways, but I literally am different with her as a direct result of the woman she has become over the last 3 years. I ain't gonna lie. It's just like when I don't never want gifts from people, right? Until I know it's a person that's just a genuine person, right? I don't want nobody to give me none, because I don't like the whole concept of people feeling like you didn't appreciate it enough or expecting reciprocation. To me, that's not generosity, right? So I've always seen her as that person, like, and that's like, she's no longer that, like, perfect example. After the hug, I pulled immediately back and turn around and face the door, right? And so his mom was like, she looked at her baby, where my hug, so he went over to give her a hug, and so she just looked at her mom, and she kind of sucked her teeth, and she was like, that's not even why she hugged me. And just her knowing that that's not why I hugged her, and her not even, she didn't expect any more acknowledgement after that because of the way I am, like, and she knew what it took for me to do that anyway. It's like she different. Like, she don't feel like before she would have felt entitled
to know your ass too.
She is now.
You guys are knowing and appreciating each other a lot differently.
She is now.
I'm happy to hear that. You know why I'm happy to hear that?
Well,
because both of you all gonna discover each other, and my brother, he gets a bonus.
No, that's not true. Because that's what I thought, bitch. But I guess all the years that there were tension holds trauma for him, because he can't seem to understand that any tension that I had with his family, bitch, that literally ended the day that we told him we smoke weed.
That you told who?
That we told his family that we smoke weed.
Yes.
Once they knew that, it was all the tension that we had going over there and the expectations of me participating in all that stuff. There wasn't no tension from that no more. Period. But because there have been so many years, and it's frustrating me because that's been years now, right? We ain't had no problems. The visits been smooth, all that stuff. But he still holds the trauma of the holidays having been horrible for me all my life, right? So in his mind, the tension that I had around his family, he felt in the middle, understandably. But like I said, once that tension was, that weirdness was lifted after they knew we smoked weed, and I could go over there high and mind my motherfucking business. That made me cool when they did come into my corner and interrupt me. It was like, hey, what y'all want? What we doing? What I need to participate in? Y'all need to clean up? We good? Or they would leave me the fuck alone and nobody would take it personally. That's just, you can't get smoother than that. You can't get smoother than that. It was a whole different relationship. They went from relatives to family, bitch, at that point. But he can't release the trauma of, I guess, all the years that it was tense for me. And, he felt remnants of that tension and felt like he was in the middle. You know what I mean? So, whereas, I be thinking, oh man, this gonna be a chill, holiday, whatever. He's like this, and I'm just like, when's the last time we even had a problem? Sometimes it's my idea, the bitch, to go over there. I'm like, you acting like it's a problem. What is your issue right now? And so eventually he'll come, and so I don't know if that's what it really is. Eventually he'll come and he'll say, just for so long, when you go for so long and whatever. And I'm like, but I'm like, so you could, I bet you could give someone else credit for evolving. Right? Because I clearly can't get that credit because it ain't like it just happened. It ain't like, hey, it's fine now. We don't have no problem visiting with the relatives. This was years ago. But, 4 years, there was tension for our whole, from the time we married till a handful of years ago. But, yeah, I was like, I can't even remember. And I can look at him and be like, I can't even remember the last time. It was a horrible idea going over there, or tension and all that. I can't remember the last that's how many years it's been. It hasn't been a decade. It might have been 5 years. Might have been 6. Yeah. But now we got a whole nother level of tension to deal with from tension that happened years a motherfucker ago. Oh, Lord. What is I'ma do? So now holidays still gonna be fucked up.
What you gonna do is acknowledge you're right, but I've changed instead of.
But my thing is, but bitch, everybody done changed, and nobody, we ain't had no problem. My problem is, and in fact, when it changed before he even would give it credit for changing, because I'm like, don't nobody have, like, you have a problem with the relationship that I no longer have with his family. Like, you have a problem with something that don't exist anymore. Like, I don't mean to sound caucasoid, but get over it.
Well, you gotta get him some PTSD time.
Oh, right. That's true. That's what it is.
You have to.
Yeah.
You're like,
Bitch, you right.
Like, wait, what?
But it was years ago. But okay. You're right. It is PTSD. And PTSD runs deep. It holds up. Because I know I got something about something. I don't know what it is, but I bet you, bitch, if it come up, I can be like, oh, yeah, that's some bullshit. And that's why I don't fuck around. Don't fuck with. Wanting to accept gifts from certain people. You know what I mean? Or from everyone until I know it's someone who's genuine. You know what I mean? Like, that's a trauma in and of itself. From watching other people. I watch other people be like, oh, they gave them something like it was so nice and stuff. And then they be like, oh, they don't appreciate nothing. I give them, they didn't appreciate it. They didn't. I be like, oh, that didn't mean they didn't appreciate it, really? You done wrote them off as ungrateful? Like, see, now this is funny to me. When I didn't get along with them, they would be all of the things. But it's a friend, one of his family's friends, who she didn't. I don't know if she didn't call or whatever at the time when his dad first passed, and so I'm sitting there like, well, it wouldn't. They've been adult friends since they was like in the military. I'm sure she did not call because she don't care. You know what I mean? I didn't say that, but this was in my mind, I'm sure. And so I was like, well, like, that's not fair because you don't know what she's going through. What if she lost her husband, and what if her son is sick with COVID right now? Like, you don't know what, you know what I mean? You don't know. And you don't know. And just like they got a cousin, they went out of town or something, and they were like, they didn't even tell us they was going out of town. I'm like, y'all interpret that, the shit they interpret as a lack of love. I cannot. I ain't mad at it because that's who they are. But every time I hear them write somebody off as ungrateful or with a lesser amount of love because they grown ass didn't tell you they was going out of town. They needed to check into you. Is that what the fuck you really saying? Like, I don't, and it's not like it's a relationship that I don't understand, so I don't know the history. Like, did they always check in with you before they traveled? Was that the deal? Like, because I ain't never. Like, why they gotta tell you before they go out? This is a grown person. This is a cousin. This is a cousin.
That's how they is, big thug.
And her parents. Oh, and then to hear them talk about, because now the cousins have gone back to, you're going to be able to relate to this. The cousins have gone back to Jehovah's Witnessism. Yeah, so now there's more Christmas confusion because, of course, people don't celebrate Christmas, right? But you know the drill. But they don't mind people at work giving them Christmas. Shouldn't you not accept them Christmas gifts at work?
Yeah, they taking whatever they get.
You know what I'm saying? So, and it's like, it's severe, and it's already severe as a general member, but it's severe Jehovah's Witnesses, however that is. It's severe, like orthodox. So I'm like, and you know that's always bullshit. So I be cracking up in my spirit, listening to them talk trash about all of the extremes and unreasonable bullshit that Jehovah's Witnesses do as Christians. Because I'm like, it's the literal, they be picking stuff. Y'all should at least pick stuff that only Jehovah's Witnesses do. Because the shit you talking about, that's the same motherfucking thing that Christians do. So I just be sitting there. That's the time where it be some shit that I just totally don't be on board with. But I be cracking up. I was like, because I be in my own head like, you hypocritical motherfuckers have no idea. And then when they talk about something they really do, I be like, oh yeah, I can't stand when people do that. That don't. I was like, you would think that people would be more, Christ-like, I guess. Okay. But yeah, girl, I do, and in that respect, I do have, but it's easier to do now. You know what I mean? So I am different, but I think that I'm just more me because I'm more comfortable being more me now there than I ever was. I just could never be me, and it just really, and it could just be a clean slated, fun loving holiday, but nope, PTSD. But I ain't complaining because it's so many years where I had miserable holidays and he been there to hold up the anchor and uplift no matter what I was going through, and I appreciate it. To the point where sometimes he would package and wrap my family's gifts and send them, to be sent for me. So I dealing with PTSD, even if it got to be for the rest of our life, that ain't too much to ask, I guess. But god damn it, it can be butterflies and motherfucking roses. The fuck? This is what we strive for in our old age, right?
That's right.
God damn it. PTSD brought on by me. God damn it.
That shit can come from anywhere these days, so be happy you the source of it, because we can, always,
girl,
when you can identify the source, you can help
alleviate
the issue.
Bitch, you better preach a sermon to your sister. You better preach it. Hallelujah. Amen, amen.